Joseph's story, found in the book of Genesis, is a powerful narrative of resilience and redemption. As a young man, Joseph faced immense damage when his brothers, driven by jealousy, sold him into slavery. Despite this betrayal and subsequent imprisonment in Egypt, Joseph's unwavering faith and integrity set him on a path from prisoner to powerful leader. His ability to interpret Pharaoh's dreams not only secured his freedom, but also positioned him to save Egypt and his family from famine. Joseph's journey teaches us that even the most challenging circumstances can be transformed into opportunities for growth and fulfillment. His story encourages us to trust in God's plan, knowing that our trials can ultimately lead to a greater purpose. Have you ever experienced a situation where what seemed like a setback turned into a stepping stone? Joseph's story reminds us to remain hopeful, as our present challenges might be preparing us for future triumphs. Job's story, one of the oldest in the Bible, is a profound exploration of faith amidst unimaginable suffering. Job, a man of great wealth and unwavering faith, found himself the target of severe trials. In a series of devastating events, he lost his possessions, his children, and his health. The damage inflicted upon Job was profound, leaving him in a state of despair and questioning the very nature of his existence. Yet, the story of Job is not just about suffering. It's about endurance, faith, and the search for meaning in the midst of pain. In his darkest moments, Job grappled with questions that many of us face. Why do bad things happen to good people? What is the purpose of suffering? Despite his anguish, Job refused to curse God, maintaining his integrity and faithfulness. Job's journey teaches us that our sufferings are not always punishments or the result of a capricious fate. Instead, they can be opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Through his trials, Job came to a more profound knowledge of God and his own place in the universe. His story reminds us that even when we can't see the full picture, there is a greater purpose at work. Have you ever found yourself questioning the purpose behind your trials? Job's experience encourages us to look beyond immediate pain and consider the broader perspective. It's a call to trust in God's wisdom and timing, even when we are enveloped in darkness. In the end, Job's faith was rewarded. He was restored, receiving twice as much as he had before. This act of restoration is a powerful reminder of God's ability to redeem our pain and bring us into a place of abundance and peace. Job's story assures us that our trials are temporary, and through them we can emerge stronger and more resilient. As you reflect on Job's journey, consider how his story resonates with your own experiences. How might your current struggles be shaping you for a greater purpose? Embrace the possibility that, like Job, your endurance and faithfulness will lead to restoration and renewal in unexpected ways. The story of Moses and the Exodus is a monumental narrative of liberation born from immense struggle and adversity. Moses, chosen by God to lead the Israelites out of Egyptian bondage, faced numerous challenges and trials. From his initial reluctance to confront Pharaoh to the hardships faced in the wilderness, Moses' journey was fraught with difficulty and doubt. Imagine the pressure of leading a nation through a desert with limited resources, all while enduring the complaints and fears of those you are trying to save. Moses' perseverance in the face of such trials is a testament to his faith and dedication to God's purpose. The plagues that struck Egypt, the crossing of the Red Sea, and the provision of manna in the wilderness are all reminders of how God can use adversity to demonstrate his power and faithfulness. Each challenge Moses faced was an opportunity for God to reveal his strength and for the Israelites to grow in their trust and reliance on him. Reflect on your own life. Have there been times when you felt overwhelmed by the challenges before you, unsure of the path ahead? Moses' story teaches us that even when the journey seems impossible, God is guiding us towards liberation and fulfillment. The trials we face can be stepping stones to our freedom and a deeper understanding of God's provision. As the Israelites journeyed towards the Promised Land, they learned valuable lessons about obedience, faith, and community. Moses' leadership and resilience inspired them to continue moving forward, even when the journey was tough. This narrative encourages us to stay the course, trusting that God is leading us towards a greater purpose. In your own journey, consider how the trials you face might be preparing you for liberation and new beginnings. Embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth and transformation, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. The story of David and Goliath is a classic tale of seemingly insurmountable odds and the triumph of faith and courage over fear. Young David, a shepherd boy armed with nothing but a sling and stones, faced the giant Goliath, a seasoned warrior who struck terror into the hearts of the Israelite army. This encounter is more than just a battle. It is a powerful lesson in how faith can empower us to confront our greatest challenges. David's courage did not stem from his own strength, but from his unwavering faith in God. He declared to Goliath, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." This confidence in God's power transformed what seemed like a hopeless situation into a victorious triumph. Reflect on your own life. What giants are you facing today? These giants could be fears, doubts, or obstacles that seem too large to overcome. David's story reminds us that no giant is too big when we place our trust in God. His victory was not just a personal achievement, but a testament to the power of faith and the possibility of divine intervention in our lives. The story of David and Goliath also teaches us about the importance of preparation and readiness. David's time as a shepherd, defending his flock against wild animals, equipped him with the skills he needed to face Goliath. Similarly, the challenges we face can prepare us for future victories if we approach them with faith and determination. As you reflect on David's courage, consider how his story can inspire you to confront your own giants. Embrace the possibility that, with God's help, you can overcome any obstacle and achieve the victory you seek. Remember, it's not the size of the giant that determines the outcome, but the size of your faith. The story of Ruth is a beautiful narrative of loyalty, love, and divine redemption. Ruth, a Moabite widow, chose to stay with her mother-in-law Naomi after the death of her husband, demonstrating profound loyalty and devotion. Her famous words, "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay," resonate as a testament to her unwavering commitment. In the time of personal loss and uncertainty, Ruth's decision to leave her homeland and follow Naomi to Bethlehem was a leap of faith. She faced the damage of her past with courage and determination, trusting in Naomi's God to guide her steps. This tale of perseverance shows how loyalty and faithfulness can pave the way to unexpected blessings. Ruth's humble beginnings as a foreigner gleaning in the fields led her to Boaz, a man of kindness and integrity who would become her redeemer. Through her loyalty and faith, Ruth found security, love, and a place in the lineage of King David, and ultimately, Jesus Christ. Her story illustrates how God can use even the most challenging circumstances to bring about His divine purposes. Consider your own life. Are there relationships or situations where loyalty and faithfulness can lead to redemption and new beginnings? Ruth's journey encourages us to remain steadfast and hopeful, even when the path ahead seems unclear. Her story is a reminder that God honors our faithfulness and can turn our trials into triumphs. As you reflect on Ruth's unwavering loyalty, think about how her story can inspire you in your own relationships and challenges. Embrace the possibility that, like Ruth, your faith and commitment can lead to a future filled with hope, love, and redemption. The story of Esther is a remarkable tale of courage and divine purpose amidst political intrigue and danger. Esther, a Jewish orphan raised by her cousin Mordecai, rose to become the queen of Persia. Her ascension was not merely a stroke of fate. It was a divinely orchestrated plan to place her in a position of influence during a time of great peril for her people. When Haman, a high official in the Persian court, plotted to annihilate the Jewish population, Esther faced a defining moment. Mordecai's words to her, "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this," challenged her to recognize her divine purpose and take action. Despite the risk to her own life, Esther displayed immense courage by approaching King Xerxes unsummoned, a bold move punishable by death. Her bravery and strategic thinking led to the downfall of Haman and the salvation of her people. Esther's story reminds us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. Reflect on your own life. Are there situations where you feel called to act with courage and faith, even when the stakes are high? Esther's story teaches us that we are placed in certain positions and situations for a reason, and our actions can have a profound impact on those around us. Embrace the idea that, like Esther, you have a unique role to play in the unfolding of God's plan. Your courage and willingness to step forward in times of crisis can lead to transformation and deliverance for yourself and others. As you reflect on Esther's journey, consider how you can apply her lessons of courage, faith, and purpose in your own life. The parable of the prodigal son, recounted by Jesus in the Gospel of Luke, is a profound illustration of forgiveness, reconciliation, and the boundless grace of God. This story begins with a young man who demands his inheritance from his father and leaves home to pursue a life of reckless indulgence. Eventually, he squanders his wealth and finds himself in a state of destitution and despair. The damage he inflicted upon himself was both material and spiritual, leaving him feeling unworthy and lost. In his moment of greatest need, he makes a pivotal decision to return to his father and seek forgiveness. Despite expecting rejection, he is met with open arms and unconditional love. The father's response is a powerful testament to the nature of divine grace, a grace that is always ready to welcome us back, regardless of our past mistakes. Reflect on your own life. Have there been times when you've strayed from your path, feeling unworthy of forgiveness? The prodigal son's journey reminds us that no matter how far we wander, God's love remains steadfast. This parable encourages us to embrace forgiveness, both in seeking it and in offering it to others. The story also highlights the importance of reconciliation. The father's joy at the return of his lost son emphasizes the value of restoring broken relationships and the healing power of forgiveness. It challenges us to let go of grudges and extend grace to those who have wronged us. As you reflect on the prodigal son's journey, consider how his story resonates with your own experiences of forgiveness and reconciliation. Embrace the possibility that, like the father in the parable, you can offer and receive grace in your relationships. Allow this story to inspire you to seek healing and restoration in areas of your life where damage has occurred. The Apostle Paul's life is a powerful testament to the transformative power of faith and perseverance through trials. Once a fervent persecutor of Christians, Paul underwent a profound conversion on the road to Damascus, where he encountered the risen Christ. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of a journey filled with challenges, but also profound purpose and impact. Paul's life was marked by numerous hardships, including imprisonment, shipwrecks, and persecution. Yet, through each trial, Paul remained steadfast in his mission to spread the gospel. His letters, written to early Christian communities, are filled with encouragement and wisdom, revealing how he turned personal suffering into opportunities for growth and ministry. Reflect on your own life. How have your trials shaped your journey and deepened your faith? Paul's story teaches us that our past does not define us. Instead, our response to God's call can lead to a life of profound transformation and purpose. His resilience in the face of adversity reminds us that God's grace is sufficient, even in our weakest moments. Paul's teachings emphasize the importance of enduring trials with joy and faith, understanding that they produce perseverance and character. In his letter to the Romans, he writes, "We also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope." This perspective encourages us to view our challenges as part of a larger divine plan. As you reflect on Paul's journey, consider how his story can inspire you to embrace your own trials with faith and courage. Embrace the possibility that, like Paul, your experiences can lead to transformation and a deeper understanding of your purpose. Allow his example to motivate you to persevere, trusting that God is working through every circumstance to bring about his good purposes in your life. The story of Jonah is a fascinating narrative that explores themes of obedience, mercy, and divine intervention. Jonah, a prophet of God, was given a clear directive to go to the city of Nineveh and preach against its wickedness. However, Jonah's reluctance and initial disobedience led him on a tumultuous journey, one that included being swallowed by a great fish. Jonah's attempts to flee from God's command illustrate the struggle many of us face when called to step outside our comfort zones. His story is a reminder that running from our responsibilities or divine callings can lead to unnecessary struggles. Yet, even in Jonah's disobedience, God's mercy prevailed, providing him with a second chance to fulfill his mission. Reflect on your own life. Are there areas where you might be resisting a call to action or avoiding a difficult task? Jonah's story encourages us to embrace obedience, recognizing that God's plans are ultimately for our good and the good of others. His eventual journey to Nineveh and the resulting repentance of the city highlight the transformative power of following God's will. The story also reveals God's boundless mercy, not only towards Nineveh, but also towards Jonah. Despite his initial defiance, Jonah was given the opportunity to correct his course and witness the power of God's compassion. This serves as a reminder that we are never too far gone to receive God's grace and be used for his purposes. As you reflect on Jonah's journey, consider how his story resonates with your own experiences of obedience and mercy. Embrace the possibility that, like Jonah, you have the capacity to impact others positively when you align your actions with God's directives. Allow this narrative to inspire you to listen for God's guidance and respond with faith and courage. The stories of biblical figures like Joseph, Job, Moses, David, Ruth, Esther, the prodigal son, Paul, and Jonah offer profound insights into how trials and challenges can shape our lives in meaningful ways. Each narrative illustrates that even in the face of adversity, there is a divine purpose at work, guiding us towards growth, transformation, and ultimately, redemption. As we've explored these stories, a common thread emerges. The trials we face are not meaningless. They are opportunities for us to develop resilience, deepen our faith, and align ourselves more closely with God's plan. Whether it's through acts of courage, steadfast faith, or embracing forgiveness, each story shows us that our responses to adversity can lead to profound personal and spiritual growth. Reflecting on these narratives, consider how the challenges in your own life might be contributing to a greater purpose. What lessons can you draw from these stories to help you navigate your current circumstances? Embrace the idea that, like these biblical figures, your trials can become stepping stones to a future filled with hope, strength, and fulfillment. As you move forward, hold on to the belief that you are not alone in your journey. The same God who guided, comforted, and empowered these individuals is with you, ready to transform your pain into purpose. Let these stories inspire you to face your challenges with faith, knowing that even in the darkest moments, there is a light guiding you toward a brighter future. May you find peace and strength in the knowledge that every trial has the potential to bring you closer to the person you are meant to be. Embrace the journey and trust that your story is being woven into a beautiful tapestry of grace and redemption. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of faith and purpose. If you have any questions or would like to share your thoughts, feel free to reach out. I'm here to continue the conversation and support you on your journey.